These are the things that you had to know before you sail with Virgin Voyages. The first is Virgin Voyages requires you to have a passport. I'm surprised how common it is for people to sail with just a birth certificate and an ID. I know it's convenient, but Virgin Voyages requires you to have a passport. I know some people will say, oh no, there are exceptions, you don't have to. Yes, you do. You have to have a passport. What some people get mistaken is, yes, there is an exception policy. The exception policy is very strict. You have to prove that you sent your documents off, that it wasn't your fault, that you sent it out with enough time for it to get back up to you on time. So yes, it technically exists, but it's an emergency type situation. They're not just going to hand it out and say, no, you don't need it. So be sure to bring a passport. The second is Virgin Voyages is very strict with the time you have to arrive. If they say your boarding time is 2 o'clock, be there at 2 o'clock. If you get there at 1:30, 1 o'clock, they'll make you stand in a section that says 2 o'clock arrival. They'll make you stand and wait until it's your turn. So do not arrive early. But if you want to arrive early, you are able to drop off your luggage at 9 a.m. and they have a free shuttle going to Bayside Harbor. So you can go there, do some shopping, eat some food. That's what me and my wife did when we went there. We got there early, dropped off our luggage, took the free shuttle to Bayside Harbor, ate, did a little bit of shopping, then went back to the ship, just in time to meet our arrival time. So be sure to arrive on time and not early. And if you do arrive early, be sure to take full advantage of the free shuttle. My third tip is be sure 45 days in advance to book your dining. 60 days if you're a Rockstar guest or suite. But the moment dining reservations open up, you want to do that. You want to get our dining reservation in order. And that's what I did. Me and my wife went down and figured out what restaurants we want to eat at what days, kind of planned out what we're going to wear, kind of coordinate. And that way, the moment it opened up, we were able to book every single venue that we wanted. However, if you do try to book and it says sold out or no times available, it's not the end of the world. You can, when you get on the ship, go to any restaurant that you want. You can even go to your reservation, then go to another restaurant if you so wish. They just help you to pre-book it so that way you have a scheduled reservation. And if you aren't able to, you can go to any restaurants and wait. I mean, there's one night we went to a restaurant that we didn't have a reservation for, and there was no wait. We went up there and said, hey, we want to eat here tonight. They looked at the chart and said, oh, look, there's an opening. Come with us. We sat and ate just like that. So if you don't get a reservation, don't freak out. It'll be okay. You may have to wait a few minutes, but you still could eat there. The next is to book your activities the moment you get on the ship. I hear a lot of people saying to do this the moment you get to port because you connect to the port Wi-Fi, Port Miami, and are able to book activities that way. Personally, I wasn't able to. I'm not sure if it was the fact that I had the earliest boarding time already, because the reservations were opened up yet, or I was having some kind of error on my end. I don't know. But the moment I got on the ship, I was able to make these reservations. I immediately booked the grog walk, which is like a pub crawl, but a twist to it is at each bar, in order to get your drink, you have to complete a challenge. It's a lot of fun, great way to meet people. There's a bunch of activities like that you could book. But you can't do it until you get on the ship. And a lot of people who had boarding times of 5, 6 o'clock, they complained that they were not able to get into some of these events because it was booked up by the time they get there. So the moment the app asks you to do anything new, I would definitely do it. Do your dining time as soon as possible, do your check-in time as soon as possible. When you're on the ship, book those activities. So be sure to stay on top of the app. Next step is to be prepared for the themed parties. I love Virgin Voyages, and my favorite party on the ship was Scarlet Night. Everyone wears red on the ship. It is a lot of fun. Pretty much everyone participates. You see anything from very fancy, elegant to something comfy. So I mean, it's truly whatever you want. I've seen ball gowns, I've seen cocktail dresses, I've seen suits, I've seen polo. And you can see here what I wear. So I mean, you can pretty much wear whatever you want. But this party always ends up at the pool deck. So it starts scattered around the ship, then you end up on the pool deck, and they do a show on the pool. And at one point, they'll usher everyone else to come join them. And a lot of people will go in there, dance in the shallow end. It's probably about ankle deep, and they'll be dancing in there. So everyone's gonna get a little bit of wet. But for me, I wanted to jump in the pool. I wanted to have a good time. So I actually went all the way in. But regardless of whether you jump all the way into the pool, or if you just get your feet wet, you're probably gonna get a little wet. So if you're planning a party at Scarlet Night after party, be sure to bring a second pair of clothes for Scarlet Night. Now, you don't have to get wet in the pool, but I did, and I didn't think of the fact that I probably needed 2 outfits because I was soaking wet afterwards. And on that note, also bring some comfortable PJs. On most ships, the first night is casual night, come as you are. But on Virgin Voyages, it is pajama night. So everyone on the ship is wearing pajamas. You can see something very relaxed, something very sexy. They have a wide variety of outfits out there. So wear wherever you are comfortable with. Everyone is just there to have a good time. If you have not tried the groupie, I love this place. It's basically karaoke, but it's in more of a private way. It's pretty much how they do it in Asia. I first encountered one of these in Taiwan, and I'm very glad Virgin Voyages have one of these. This is karaoke, but instead of singing in front of a crowd of people, you sing with just your friends. So they have a 2 to 4 people room. It's a smaller karaoke room. They have another sound booth that could sit up to 10 people. So they have various sizes. And this is free. So you go in there, sing karaoke with just you and friends, have a few drinks, and just have a good time. No judgment there. And of course, when you have to go home, everyone's sad. But there is a bright side to going home. They have something called My Next Virgin Voyages. What this is, if you can buy a certificate and put that towards your next Virgin Voyages cruise. So you don't have to decide when your next sailing is going to be. You just buy a voucher saying, hey, I have to use this voucher within 2 years. And you get $600 onboard credit and $300 off your next Virgin Voyages cruise. So don't leave your cruise ship without that. And that's exactly what I did, because I am definitely going back again. I loved it so much. So if you want more Virgin Voyages content, be sure to follow me and watch my other videos, because I have a lot more coming up.